Dear students, today we learn about the third part of the objects and classes, access modifiers. As you already learned in the last year, the various access modifiers in Java, there are the four different types of access modifiers: default, private, public, and protected. Access modifiers are also known as visibility modifiers. The first modifier is default access modifier. It is visible to the package. If no access specifier is used, then default specifier is used by the Java compiler. Means if you are not using private, public or protected or any other, then by default the default access specifier is used. Means we do not explicitly declare an access modifier for the class, field and methods. A variable or method declared without any access modifier is available to any other class in the same package. Means the visibility of default access modifier is within the same package. This is the example of default access modifier. Here I take one package, pack 1. Into that I have taken one class X and one function display disp function, and just print the message hello and save this above code using the x.java. The another part of the code is just I have imported the previous package pack 1, import pack 1 dot star, and just creating the package pack 2. It includes the another class y, and the main method. Here I create the object of class x obj equal to new x, but this statement creates the compile time error, and that's why again if I use obj.disp, means I call the disp function using that object obj, then again it creates the compile time error because the scope of class x and its methods disp is default. So it cannot be accessed from outside the package because it is available in the package pack 1 and it is not accessible by the outside of the package pack 1. Next, access modifier is private access modifier. Private members are not accessible from any other class. The visibility scope of the private access modifier is only within the class in which they are declared. Any other class of the same package will not be able to access these members. Classes or interface cannot be declared as a private. Means if you are using the private access modifier for a particular class, then you can access the methods and variables only within that class where it is declared. Not other classes of the same package not access these private members. With this example, you will clear the idea. Class X, here I take one private variable data equal to 10 and one private method disp by printing the message hello java. The another class y, it consists of the main method, and here I am creating the object of classes x obj equal to new x system.out.println obj dot data. Here I am using or I am accessing the data variable value using the object obj, as well as I am again accessing the method disp with the object obj, and it gives you the compile time error because I have used the data and disp, these two members, declared as a private and used in the class X, and I am assessing in the class Y, and that's why it gives you the compile time error. Because as I have used the data and DISP in the class X, then I have to assess within the class X, not in the class Y, and that's why it gives you the compile time error. The next access modifier is the public access modifier. The public, the any variable or method which is declared as a public means it will be accessible to all other or to all the entire class and visible to all classes outside the class. It can be accessed from outside the package also. The public access modifier is accessible everywhere, and that's why the scope is public. Means it has the widest scope. Means there is no restriction that whether you have to declare the public variable or the method in one class and accessing in the other class. With this example, you will clear the idea. Here, once again, I use the same example, same class, package pack 1, creating the package pack 1, and into that just I have creating the class X and using the DISP method with the message hello, and it is saved by the x.java. The another part is package pack 2, means here just I am creating the another package pack 2 and importing the pack 1, all the methods of pack 1, and writing here the another class y, into that class y, here writing the main method, and just I am creating the object of that class x obj equal to new x, and just calling the disp method with the object obj dot disp. So it is here any compile time error is not created here because I have created that variables, sorry, I have created that class X as a public and also the method as a public, and that's why here I am using the same method in the another class Y also, and you will get the output hello. And the next access modifier is protected access modifier. The protected access modifier is accessible within the package and outside the package, but it is accessible only through the inheritance. Means the protected access modifier is accessible within package and outside package, but you must use the concept or you must access the variables or the methods through the only inheritance concept. The protected access modifier can be applied on the data member, methods, constructors. It can't be applied on the class. Protected members from the superclass can be accessed from the subclass and any other class from the same package as well as the subclass from the another package. But it cannot be accessed from any class from another package. See the example. Once again, I have used the same class X, and just writing the method disp and declaring it as a protected. I have declared that DISP method as a protected and writing just the message hello. In the other part of the program, I import that pack1, all the methods of pack1, and now here I extend or I inherit that class X into the class Y with the syntax class Y extends X. Extends is the keyword that inherits the old class into the new class. Here the old class is X and new class is Y. Just I am inheriting all the properties of class X into the class Y, and just writing the main method, creating the object of class Y as a Y obj equal to new Y, and just calling the method disp with the object of class Y obj.disp. Yes, obviously it will gives you the output as a hello, not any compile time error, because the disp method is declared as a protected and I am accessing through the inheritance only, and that's why there is no any error and will get the output as the same message as it is hello. So now the next concept is the inner class. What do you mean by the inner class, or what is the purpose of inner class? The inner classes provide the security mechanism first. We know a class cannot be associated with the access modifier private, But if we have the class as a member of other class, then the inner class can be made private. This is also used to assess the private members of a class. Depending on how and where you define these classes are categorized into the three different types: the inner class, local inner class, and anonymous inner class. Inner class, it's a very simple definition: the class which is defined inside the another class is called as the inner class. Means the inner class is completely embedded within the outside class, and that's why the class which is defined inside the another class is called as the inner class. Inner class means it is a nested class, contains inside the scope of enclosing the class, outer class. An inner class can be private, and once you declare it as a private, it cannot be accessed from an object outside the class. This is the example of inner class. Class outer. Here, the name of class is outer, and actually this is outer class. I take one variable of the type integer, and then I create the inner class. Private class inner. Inner is the name of class, and declare it as a private. One method print. In that method, just I have print the message. This is an inner class. Now, just accessing the inner class from the method within void display inner. That in the local method display inner, just I have creating the object of inner class, inner in equal to new inner, and then just I call the method print with the object of inner class in dot print. After that, just I write the another class, my class, and declare it as a public class, my class. Public, this public class, my class consists of the main method, and just I instantiate the outer class, means just I create the object of outer class, outer out equal to new outer. And now I just access the method display inner with the outer object out dot display inner, and that's why you will get the message in the output as this is an inner class. Because what happens when you call out dot display inner, your control goes to the display inner method, but in that display inner method again I create the object of inner class and just call the print method. So due to that, again your control goes to the print method and just print the method this is an inner class. Okay. Now the next type is the local inner class. The first is the simple inner class. Now the second is a local inner class. What do you mean by the local inner class? Local inner class means the inner class is completely embedded within the local method, and that's why the name is given as a local inner class. In Java, the class is defined within the body of local method, and such classes are called local inner classes. These classes are never declared with the access modifiers like public, private. Their scope is always limited within the method, that is local to the method. Means once you declare the class within the local method, the with the access modifiers public, private, their scope is always limited within the method. It is also known as method local inner class. One of the great advantage of local inner class is that they are completely hidden from the outside world. This class can be instantiated only within the method where the inner class is defined. And following is the code which explains the concept of local inner class. Here I declare the class outer as a public, and just into that I declare one method get and define here one variable number and initiated with the value 45. Then class method inner, method local inner class. Why it is a method local inner class? Because this method inner is a class and which is declared within the local method get, and that's why here I write the comment as a method local inner class. Into that method inner class, just I have taken one method display and just print the message. This is a method inner class, and just the number no. This is the end of inner class. Then accessing the inner class. Method inner is the name of inner class, and just creating the object as a in, and just calling the method display with the object in dot display. What happens? The control goes to the method display and just print the message. This is the method inner class and the value as a 45. The public static void main, and here your program execution begins. Just here I create the object of outer class outer out equal to new outer and out dot gate. What happens here? As I call the get method, your control is directly jump to the gate where it is written. Then just initialize the variable number to the 45, then enter into the inner class, and then enter into the display method, and then just display the message as it is. This is the method inner class 45, and hence you will get the output as this is a method inner class 45. Okay. Then the last category is the anonymous inner class. What do you mean by the anonymous inner class? The inner class declared without a class name is known as the anonymous inner class. Means there is no necessity to declare the class with a class name, and this is known as the anonymous inner class. In case of anonymous inner classes, we declare and instantiate them at the same time. Generally, they are used whenever you need to override the method of a class or an interface. Means if you want to override the particular method to change the definition of particular existing method of a class or an interface, then in such a situation you have to use the anonymous inner class. And this is the syntax of anonymous inner class. The anonymous inner and ano underscore inner equal to new anonymous inner, and it consists of one method my method of the type void and with the visibility label public, and just end with the semicolon. And this is the example. Abstract class anonymous inner. This is the name of class anonymous inner and declare it as abstract. It consists of the abstract method, declare it as abstract and publicly declared. Public class outer class. This is the outer class. It consists of the main method, and here I just use the anonymous inner in equal to new anonymous inner. Public void method, and just print the message as it is. This is an example of anonymous inner class in dot method. Due to that in dot method, your control goes to the method and print the message as it is, and that's why it is called as the anonymous inner, because this class has no name anonymous inner, and therefore it is called as the anonymous inner class. Thank you, and this is the end of the third chapter, objects and classes. Thank you very much.